Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently drinking orange sunkiss because why not? It's time. I want it. I'm drinking it. But if I was drinking something smaller and hot and spicier, I would probably be drinking it out of my cup mug. And I'm gonna let Jack and David model it for me because mine is in the kitchen where it was washed. And but you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com, where we do ship internationally and domestically in the US. So there are no excuses. And I'm looking at you, Survivor World, all of you. Fiji, you're over there. We film over there. All of you, all over the world who watch Survivor, get your cup merch. Support us. Period.
Well, I'm David Healy, the Survivor superfan. Once again, I've met over 200 Survivor contestants, including a few that I met this past weekend. But I always like to show an autograph I've got. I picked a really random one. But this is Cole Metters. I met him. He's one of my sister's absolute favorites. I wonder why. What's there to like about this guy? Huh?
I don't know.
I mean, we could just keep this up for a while, couldn't we?
If you wanna.
I think it's his hair.
Yeah, it's the hair.
I can see that.
But I'm drinking water.
Period.
And my name is Jack, the resident game designer of the panel. And yeah, I'm also used to third wheeling on dates. The only thing you need to get me there is food. So I'm in. Just get me that.
Me too, Jack. That is me. I am the official third wheeler. And you know what? I accept that title.
Honestly.
I accept that title, and I will just grab me some food and something to drink, and I don't eat much. You enjoy your time. I'll sit here with my sandwich. But yeah, we're here. We're back. We're talking Survivor. Episode 12. And it was a good one. I'm just gonna say it. It was a good one. Before we dive into that, you should hit the subscribe button. You should. You should subscribe to this channel and follow us and share us with your friends because why not? Look at this panel. You can't go wrong with a panel like this. Like, come on. You want to follow us. And we talk almost all things reality TV. And I know you love your reality TV because you're here. So check us out. Hit that follow button and share with your friends. And hit the notification bell because we put out content almost every single day about almost everything reality. And if you're a fan of drag race or drag anything, we talk almost all things drag on our main channel at the Cup Pod. And we put out content almost every single day about almost everything drag. And if you are a fan of Eurovision, it's that time of the year again, and things are ramping up. And we have a whole channel for that, the Cup ESC, where we put out content all the time about all things Eurovision. So if you're a fan of that, go over there and subscribe. And don't worry, I will remind you at the end of this video. So all those things need to happen. But Survivor 45, episode 12. We are back at camp and we just lost financial analyst Emily Flippin.
No.
The most tragic event in recent Survivor history.
Well, I just gave her my stand card. I just gave it to her last week, and because she was the one person, the only person who has done a complete 180 with me from the beginning of the season to up until this point, and I was like, you know what, she deserves. I stand. I'm a fan. She did that, and I gave her my card only for Julie to make the move of predictability. And I was like, you had a chance, Julie, to be iconic. You had a chance to take that man's idol, use his idol, and send him home. And I would have been like, I would have hated it because I love me some Austin, and Austin
and
is
he's
on
on
my
your
draft
draft
team.
team.
I would have hated that, but it would have been so iconic. It would have been so iconic. But she chose the safe route and did not do the iconic thing. And she sent home Emily, and I'm like, well, Julie. Literally, well, Julie. I was so bad, but we lose Emily, and everybody's kind of like, well, what do we talk about now? I don't know. It was the most awkward moment at camp that night, and everybody's kind of like looking at Julie. Julie like looking at all these same people who just voted her out.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, y'all wanted me to go? And they like, yep, we did. It's just like, where do you go from
just
here?
every single person voting for the same person, just going,
not smart.
So, and I mean, we literally saw the exact same scenario play out with Caleb
Exactly.
earlier this season.
Yep.
So Julie just like, well, I know how that feels now.
It was the weirdest thing. Go ahead, David.
But we do get to see some acting come out, which was fun. We see both Dee and Julie get back to camp, and especially Dee. She's playing up like, oh no, she's mad at me. She's so mad at me, and they're both pretending like they did not get on the same page here. We even see Dee lying to her boyfriend, which I didn't think she would. I thought she would tell him. But she straight up tells him, like, yeah, I think that she's going to be targeting me next. Drew comes over, says the same thing to him, and they're eating it up. They believe her. So good job, Dee.
And Julie's daring daggers at her from sitting in the fire, just like, and they look at each other. But then we see Julie comes over to where they were sitting, and she jumps on Drew and is like, what happened to us? Like, remember when we were the Reba 4? And he's like, yeah, I mean, we're still the Reba 4. But in his confession, he's like, get off me. Why are we doing that? I don't like you. I want you to go. I'm like, if you don't like her, just tell it. But, you can't do
You know
that
what?
again.
And I think it was just 2 or 3 episodes ago? We saw Drew having this emotional connection moment with Julie. They were both crying over their connection. He seems to me like those people we see on Big Brother every season that was like, this person isn't working for me strategically. How can I hate them? How can I dislike them? How can I vilify? She was doing nothing wrong. She's actually trying to lighten the tension, get along with everybody. You're the one who should be doing that right now. You're the one who screwed her over. So why are you acting annoyed and mad? It doesn't make sense.
It made no sense at all. Drew is he's an interesting character in this moment to me. I was like, okay, what does
he
go ahead?
He suddenly got very, very cocky. That's probably the best way I could put it. He very much got, well, that was
comfortable.
All part of the plan. Yeah, no, we're gonna be fine. Julie, you're still gonna work with me. Not like as a suggestion, you are going to work with me. It's just like, buddy, you're at final 6. Why would any of this work?
I mean, especially knowing the information that Julie knows now, she knows you were trying to come after her. She knows you were the person who threw her name out there first. She knows that Austin is Dee's other number 1. I don't know how you can have 2 number 1s, but sure, Dee is pulling that off. work, D.
You're
But
my 0.5s.
what? Not 0.5s.
You add up to number one.
Both of you are my 0.5s. Together you're my number one. I'm just like, that is why for me it would have been the smartest move to take Austin last week, but because D can't have two number ones and it needs to
Right.
be me. If I was Julie at that point, I'm like, but I understand. But yeah. I'm like, how is she supposed to be like, oh, okay, Drew, you said my name, you put me out there, and now we're gonna be cool again. I'm working with you. Of course, this Reba 4 is going together. Absolutely. Yeah, right. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You said my name once, you'll say it again. That's the philosophy I have. So it's crazy. But we go to the next day and they're just milling around camp and trying to, people sleeping, not sleeping.
Couture's not sleeping.
Couture's not sleeping. Couture woke up at the very crack of dawn. I don't think the sun was even all the way fully up yet when Couture got up. And Couture was like, look here, I know this game. And I know you put one idol down, another idol magically appears at the beach. And I need to find it. And I was like, you go, Couture, because absolutely you need to go. We're at final 6. I'm not going to act like I'm not looking for no idol. Absolutely, I'm looking for an idol. And if you ain't looking for an idol, I don't know which game you playing. But absolutely, I'm looking for an idol. And I'm not even going to try to hide it and be like, oh, no, I was just looking for some figs or something. No, I was looking for the idol. Yeah, I'm looking for the idol. But she's up and she's out and she's looking. And Dee woke up like, oh, where's Couture? And he's like, she's like, I did a head count. I'm like, 1, 2, 3. Somebody
Principal D.
She's like, I did a head count. Somebody was missing. And Austin's like, you think she looking for an idol? She's like, absolutely. She's looking for an idol. He's like, I think we need to go follow her. Okay, let's go get her. So now they up and they running to go look for Couture. They're like, I hear her. So now we see this whole montage of them, Couture looking, them coming up behind them. Couture moves, they calling, they following, and she following. And all of a sudden, Couture comes down this road, this path.
Whoa.
Right in the altar. Oh, what are you doing here?
She's like, nobody ever comes down this path.
Why are you here now? Like, why are you here? He's like, what are you doing? She was like, what you think I'm doing? He was like, idol hunting. She was like, yep. Because we did. She's like, we need to make sure Julie don't get another idol. She had one idol. We need to make sure that Julie don't get another one. And Austin was like, you're right. You're smart. Okay. Well, then let's go look for the idol. I was like, absolutely. I wouldn't have tried to hide it either because at this point, we need to try to make sure somebody who we don't want to get it don't get it. So, but
and I mean, at that point, how can you even hide it? It's like, yeah, so I decided to use the bathroom like a good mile away from camp. No reason. Right. Just all of a sudden. To.
I decided to just take a walk in the forest. All of a sudden.
After an idol was played.
After an idol was played.
Can I just say, so I haven't been here for a few weeks, but I just want to say that Couture, she is my light. She is my joy. She is my shining star. She is my hope. She's my love. I love Couture so much. Protect her at all cost. She is my favorite this season. I cannot get enough of her. And I'm so glad she's getting other storylines than just Bruce. As much as I thought she was hilarious and I felt her in every moment there. But I think she's such a wonderfully complex human. And I'm glad we're seeing all facets of her. She's so great. Couture tops is tops.
David, I am so happy you said that. I love the Couture love because I have shared that love from the very beginning. Couture tops was always my tops. And I always adored her preseason. Not even when I
Mm-hmm.
love this woman preseason. And now the season started and we got to know more about her. It just grew. It just grew. And she deserves all the flowers. Couture Tops, I know you probably will never see this podcast. And I know you probably never be able to come on this show because we are not a part of the CBS family of people that they let y'all go talk to after the shows. But if you ever run across this, and I might just tag you in something, put this video
Mm-hmm.
out and tag you. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clip this part here. Couture Tops, the cup loves you. If you can ever come on the Cup TV to talk about your experience on Survivor, we will fangirl first. We will give you your flowers second, and then we will enjoy your conversation about your journey because we stand you here at the tour.
Yeah.
We stand you at the Cup. You
We
have had
do.
you have my first stand card day one,
Mm-hmm.
and you still have it. So okay.
Yep. Go look at. I put my Castaway rankings based on my favorites every week on Twitter. Since Sabaya has been gone, which was pretty
Mm-hmm.
early on, Couture has been my number one, and that has
I
not wavered.
that I have seen that. And look, no lies detected. He has done that all the time. So very true. Yeah, we have to give Couture flowers, and I will clip this and send this to her on Twitter. I
Yeah.
promise you. But yeah, Couture is like I like how she's evolving now and playing this game. And like she's like, look, I can't hide anything. I can't only worry about one thing. Like I have to look to the end. She's looking to the end and who she wants to sit next to at the end. And I think she has a path to the end. She really does have a path to the end that I can see. It's just some parts need to be moved, and she has to. I need her to win. I would love to see Couture wearing the necklace
Yes.
once. Once. I just need her to wear the necklace once. Because from what we saw early in another episode, I don't know if she knows how to make fire. Her and Jake were trying to make fire and they weren't doing very well at making fire. So I don't want her to have to make fire for her life. I don't want to see that
Mm-mm.
at all. But so after Austin and Couture have their moment, I think we go to the
We see
reward.
Julie and Dee talking
Oh
about
yeah.
targeting Drew. This is where we get the seeds
Yes.
of what's to come.
Yes.
Yeah, and Julie is like, yeah, we should take out the boys. We should take out Drew and Austin. And Dee's like, yes, we should take out Drew.
Drew.
We should take out Drew.
Drew.
Let's focus on one,
One.
and then
We'll talk about the other. Let's put a pin in Austin, and we'll come back to it. But for now, Drew.
Drew.
Absolutely Drew. Because he said your name. Austin didn't even say your name. It was Drew. So let's focus on Drew, and we'll put a pin in Austin. We'll revisit that. That. But yeah, and she was like, he has to go. And I think Dee and Julie are seeing the change in Drew. And when he's like I say, he's so comfortable. And since he's so comfortable, he's getting cocky. And his comfortability is making him arrogant. And he's thinking he's running things. Like when he had that fight with Jake and was like, what do you think, you're the mob? And I'm like, no, you think you're the mob. I was like, you think you're in the mob. You're thinking you are the Don and you can just tell people what to do and it's going to get done. And I was like, no, you're projecting here, sir, because you think you're part of the mob with this is what's happening. I'm protecting you. You don't see what I'm doing. I'm protecting you. I'm looking out for you. I'm the only one looking out for you. I'm like,
how dare you say my name? I'm allowed to say your name. You're not allowed to say my name.
Yeah, just small things. Small things.
Like, are we kidding? If you say Jake can't say your name, but you can just really throw his name out there? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But Jake is the mob. Come on, Drew. So yeah, so they were like, it's just time. He is his demeanor has changed. It's time to get rid of Drew. So they're like, okay, let's see what happens. So then we go to the reward challenge. And I don't remember what the reward challenge is.
So they saw what Sierra did and said, yeah, no, we can just make that a challenge. Like, that's fine. So run up onto a beach, stand on a barrel, pull yourself across with ropes,
That's right.
grab keys, and then solve a survivor slide puzzle to
Yeah.
get a beautiful picnic.
I blocked that out because of the slide puzzle. Because slide puzzles are my nemesis.
Oh, I
And
love them.
I hate a slide. I have not ever in all of my life finished a slide puzzle. I just don't know how to do them. So I think I blocked that whole thing out because of slide puzzles. But yes. Yeah, slide puzzles. Barrels, ropes, keys, swimming. And Katura was like, "Are you kidding me on this floating thing that the waves are now turbulent after I just went through my whole thing of I don't want to jump in the water?" Like, are you kidding me? But luckily
She
the
was
water
fine.
wasn't deep. It wasn't
Yeah.
deep. They were able to walk it. You just had to jump off the platform and walk if you wanted to, or swim. And okay, y'all. I'm just gonna say this. This whole thing here, this whole reward, when they said what it was, I was like, oh, okay. So unless Austin sucks at puzzles, Austin's winning this, right? Because
Yeah.
you tell, not that all the other ones aren't physically capable of doing this, but Austin is still kind of amazing at stuff like this: running, swimming, balancing on barrels. I just like the whole thing. He breezed through the first part of this challenge. Breezed. It was no like the only person who was close to him at one point was Drew, but even Drew was like, on that thing, and Austin was like, it was like no comparison to what was happening in there. Austin was just breezing through. But the puzzle, I was like, the puzzle can be the equalizer because I don't know how good he is at puzzles. And he was doing it. Drew showed up and was doing it. Everybody got to the puzzle, which I was very proud of. Everybody got to the puzzle. Everybody was sliding. But it was clear.
Yeah.
This could have been an email.
I mean, at least everyone touched the puzzle.
True.
The hard part with a slide puzzle like this, it is near impossible to see who's winning until you just have someone who's won. Like, it is just an awkward kind of situation where like you look over and you're like, I have no idea who's in the lead or if they're even on the right step compared to like a Jigsaw or any one of their hundreds of puzzles. But yeah, no, I think Austin just had the right strategy of just, I don't know, solve the puzzle.
I mean, because as like Jeff kept saying, you could go through a slide puzzle. It can go quick or it can be long. And it just depends. You just never know. And this one went fairly quick. Austin he hit it, he did it. And they were going to be whisked away to a private island on a helicopter for this beautiful picnic. And Austin was one, and he gets to pick somebody. He was like, "Oh, it's easy, D." And I'm like, "Let this be it." Honestly, I wish they would have just let it be it. Let it just be Austin and
Don't
D.
do that to Katura after we just said we love her.
It's nothing to do with Katura. I just was like, these people have been out on this island, and they're meeting. Let just be a date. Let it be cute, cute little date night. Date day for them, and they have their own, but now I feel like they couldn't really connect how they wanted to connect more because we took the third person, which is fine. Great for Katura because she needs fuel. She can eat at a picnic and have a good time. And who wouldn't want to go on a helicopter and be flown to a private island to have a great picnic? Lovely. I would love to do that with my group of friends if we were all friends. I don't want to be there with my girl and her man and me. And I'm like, hey y'all, as they're touching and holding hands and feeding each other grapes, and it's so cute, and we're doing this lovey-dovey. I'm like, this is fun. Yep, it's great. Like, and then she couldn't even go anywhere. It's a private island. Everybody is right there. Like she couldn't
Sand spit.
go. It's just the sand spit.
It's not even an island at that point. It's literally just a tiny circle.
A tiny circle
It's a
of
prison.
sand.
It's
And
a
so
prison
she-
in the ocean.
So even if she went to just, I'll go on this side of the sand spit and you all sit on that side and do. It's just like
She couldn't even swim out in the ocean because it's Katora.
she's not doing that. I'm like, I feel you, girl, because I wouldn't do it either. But I mean, as a person who's been the third wheel several times, it's kind of just like, all right, you just sit there and let them do. And you're like, yeah, this is fun, guys. Thanks for picking me, Austin. Oh, I'm holding hands. Let me give y'all a moment. We done? Oh, great. Oh, y'all talking to me now? Oh, okay. Hey, thanks for including me in the conversation. Great. But it was still lovely. They enjoyed their time. They got food, which is always great, especially as limited as it is in Survivor these days. So they got to eat. And it was great. Savage part about this reward, the helicopter flying right over the camp. So the people who lost
Rude.
will sit there and watch them fly by. I was like, oh.
They should have just clipped them off as they flew.
So you can't use this footage where, like, they also mooned them, so the footage couldn't be used or something. I would have been like, absolutely not. Y'all not supposed they were laying there like, are you kidding me? Do y'all hear that helicopter? Oh, they just go fly right by us, huh? Okay. And they just stood there and watched the helicopter and it wasn't like it was way above the air. It flew eye level at them. I'm like, are you kidding me? Okay. Yeah.
And they're like, ha ha, in the plane. They were not being humble about it.
Not at all.
That's actually kind of refreshing.
It was kind of refreshing. I thought it was funny. I would have been like, I would have been doing like, hey y'all, here. But
Sucks to be you.
Sucks to be you right now. But win the challenge next time, I guess. But yeah, so we got to go back to the island with the people who lost because Julie was like, oh, I know why Austin picked how he picked.
He wasn't very secretive about it.
No, he was like, I need somebody who won't say my name, and so I need somebody who to keep somebody from saying my name. So he left Drew and Jake and Julie, and Drew was supposed to, I guess, babysit Julie, and Jake apparently was supposed to babysit Julie, but Jake was like, no, I'm not babysitting nobody. That's not my job. I'm not doing that. I'm the cool babysitter. Let's go look for an idol, Julie.
Let's look for peppers.
Peppers.
Yeah.
We're gonna go look for peppers, Drew. We're looking for peppers for the food.
Under the rocks.
And
in
caves.
the holes.
Do they even have peppers? Like,
apparently they had some kind of peppers that they could be using. Like, we got some peppers, and so we're gonna look for these peppers under this tree trunk and these leaves in that log over there, because that's where peppers grow, right? In the logs. But they did that. They went looking for idols, and they were like, Jake was like, I'm not gonna babysit Julie. I got things to do. I got a game to play. Not gonna do that. So yeah, they didn't find it then, but
TBD or TBC.
Because the idol hunt does not stop, and we keep on looking eventually. But folks come home. They finish their little picnic. They come home. Everybody's like, hey, welcome back. Yeah.
I did want to talk about the whole like love montage we got, and specifically Austin talking about like he couldn't imagine that a kid like him, like kind of a nerdy chubby kid, would have like the attention of somebody like D. And like he really did like have the butterfly full effect there because he's so cute and he's absolutely in her league. So I hope he knows that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I mean, Austin's very good looking. I'm like, look, growing up did a body really, really good for you. And that happens. Look, we all went through our weird puberty phase, awkward moments in our life where we growing up. It's like, oh, I'm not fully developed into the person that I am now. And, some people might not think you grew up into the butterfly, but I know I grew up into the goddess that I am now. So it's like, it's not easy when you are at that moment. And when you're young and doing that time, like you said, with the braces and the chubby and the acne and all of that silly stuff, you're kind of like, oh, I'm such. And your inner child is always there. Let's be real. We always see ourselves as that young, chubby, braces, acne-ridden kid. And when we get older, and people are giving us attention, we're like, oh, for me? But I'm still that chubby inner whatever kid. And Austin's grown up to be so handsome and like stunning. I don't say men are stunning, but Austin is stunning. Yeah. And I hope he realizes, like, oh no, you're fine. Oh, he'll realize. If he ain't realizing that, then he realized it once he got out of this back home in reality, because everybody was like, Austin?
I know. Anytime he's on screen, I'm like,
so good looking. He's fine.
The teeth. I love his teeth. He's got some really nice teeth. Those braces worked.
They worked. He's fine. But yeah, he like you said, he had the birds chirping around his head and the butterflies fluttering in his heart, because he was like, I just didn't think somebody like D. And D's like, and the producers are trying to get D. How do you feel about Austin? She's like, I mean, he's. I'm like, oh, she is gone. She is so gone. They are both so gone. I think it's cute. I think this might be one of the few Survivor couples that I actually like on the show. It's like, I think any couple off show, I still like. I'm a fan of Franny and Matt off the show more than I was a fan of them on the show. Same thing with Rob and Amber. I was more of a fan of them after the show than on the show, because I was like, I don't know. I just don't. I don't. Survivor, dirty, gross, and we're out here, and now y'all want to love up on each other. Ugh, it just seems gross because ain't nobody bathes for real in 20-something days. But I think they're cute. I think they're one of my favorites, and the fact that both of them are kind of like, I don't know. I just really like them. I just really like her. It's so cute. They're adorbs. They're adorbs. And so I hope if it works out for them outside of the house, off the island, good on them. But they both are so gone. They were giggling like high school kids in that moment. He's just like, I don't know. I just really like her, and I could care about her, and she's giggly, and I don't know. It was cute. It was cute. I'm a fan. I didn't think I'd say that about a Survivor showman, but I'm a fan. But so they get back to the island, and everybody's like, okay, yeah, you're here, great. How was it? It's fine. It was great. And conversations start happening again about Drew, and Austin immediately goes to Drew, and they're like, how did it go here? He's like, oh yeah, it's fine. She really couldn't say anything. We were just here. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're good. They're broing it up again. We're good. It's all good. Everything's good.
Just like a regular JT and Steven or Tyson and Gervais.
Gervais.
Some fan, huh?
That's what I said. I was like, oh, you're a fan. Are you, Gervais? You're a fan of Gervais? Jervis is somewhere like screaming. And all of Jervis's fans are like, Gervais?
No. You're thinking of Ricky Gervais, and he's British.
I love Ricky Gervais and Tyson.
Yeah, the Ricky Gervais and Tyson crew. They were great. I mean, he couldn't even. I was like, when he said, I was like, who's Gervais? I've never heard of no Gervais before on this. I thought something was wrong with me. I was like,
and what about
Gervais?
Monica?
I was like, it was a Gervais on Survivor? And I was like, oh, he made Jervis. Oh, oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm surprised he didn't say Wendell and Dom. Because like
Wendell and Dom.
Wendell and Dom.
Stefan and JT.
I need Jervis to meet Drew and be like, Gervais? And he'd be like, yes, Gervais is here. I'm like, yep.
We can't forget Caleb and Tai.
Yep. Tai.
Not Tai.
Oh gosh. Oh god. Perverti and
and Amanda.
Amanda. Perverti and Amanda. Perverti? Okay. Anyway. We move because Drew's something else. So we go to the immunity challenge, right? Are we there? Are we there?
At this point, yeah.
Well, we do have a clue to the idol found.
Oh, we do. We do. Before we get there, we do have a clue because Jake is searching because we said the search is not over, and so he searches the trees and he sees something sticking out. He's like, oh, and he grabs. He's like, yes, I got a clue. I thought I had an idol, and I got a clue. I got a clue to the idol, and they're like, do you have to do this in a very stealthy mode because the idol is in the raft at your camp? And so he's like, okay, all right, I'm gonna do that. So he goes back to camp, he mills around, and he's like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go down and change clothes in a little bit. So I'm gonna be down there to change my clothes. I'll be right back.
Why are the cameras watching you change clothes?
Yeah, so Ponderosa needed to be rated like 18 plus this time around. We couldn't figure it out. This is why.
I'm just like, y'all don't see the cameras following him as he's going to change clothes. Right? I was like,
perverted cameraman this year.
Right. We just go watch that man change. And he does not disappoint because he does take off his clothes and he gets down to his underoos. He said, just in case somebody walks up to me, they go see that I was changing clothes and I just happened to just sit down here on this raft to take a break because, energy level was low. I ain't ate nothing but some peppers and some
peppers.
And, so I ain't ate nothing. So I'm going to sit on this raft and look around. He kind of looking, he lifting, he looking, and all of a sudden he comes across, he hits, he was like,
and he's messing with one, and I'm like, no, it's one over, and then he pops it off, and I'm like, oh, I thought it was the other one, because the other one looked kind of weird and cloudy. I was like, oh, it's inside there. But
he popped it off. He was like, oh, here you go. He knew better than you, David. You wouldn't have found an idol. You'd still be looking around in that one thing, and it was in that one. But he found it, pulled it out, was like, and I, for one, was happy. I wanted Jake to find that idol. I was happy Jake, but I needed Jake to have. Jake is like, I need a move. I have to make a move because if I get to the end, I need the jury to see that I did something in this game and I wasn't just everybody's vote or the pawn star or the backup plan, as he liked to call it. Like, I don't want everybody to think that I was just the backup plan the entire time. I need to make a move. And I was like, you're absolutely right, Jake. You do need to make a move. And I need you to make a good move. And whatever move you make, I need it to benefit you and Couture. That's all I worry about, honestly. Whatever move you make, let it benefit yourself. Because I need Couture at that end.
Exactly.
I just need her there. But any thoughts about Jake and the idol?
Of all people to find it, I would never have thought Jake. Like, of all people, the man who is actively tried to start playing the game 4 different times,
Mm-hmm.
has now finally started playing the game again by finding the idol. I genuinely can't be anything other than like happy with that, because it's the weirdest possible result for this idol.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thought it was great. I was happy for Jake. If not Jake, I wanted it to be Katura. So I was like, one of them could find it for me, and because I need them to be safe, because this Reba 4 is still a thing, and I don't need it to be a thing. And so I needed Couture or Jake to find it, and I was very happy. I was happy. If not Jake, Couture would have been my next choice. So I'm happy for Jake.
Yes, me too. I think he needs it more at this point.
I do too. I mean, if things are going the way we see it, like Couture has been picked twice for rewards.
And she's so humble each time. I wanted to mention that too.
Yes.
She's like, wait, really? Me? And I'm like, that's adorable. I love you.
She's adorable. She is adorable. I mean, but I honestly believe she don't ever think she's gonna get picked for things, and when it happens, she's like, oh, what? Me? Thank you. So I'm like, oh, I love that for her. But yeah, if the way the picking happens for the rewards it shows anything, I think Jake did actually need it a little bit more, but he could use it to not only protect himself but protect her as well. So that's great. But when he finds it, we can see the change in Jake. Jake is like, oh, I'm gonna be here another week. I'm gonna be here another week. If this is what I gotta do, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Then we go to the immunity challenge. And we really just saw this same immunity challenge in Survivor UK not too long ago, where you put your foot on a thing. They had a clay things, and if it felt a vase, they have a ball. Same thing, but you put your foot on a thing, and you have to hold it there and make sure your ball does not fall off the platform at the end. You just have to hold it there.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Must be nice to have a freakishly long toe.
I mean, I don't know how much that one toe helped her, but if it did, that is a super toe.
And look, she also won that pole challenge too.
Now that was the toe help. The toe help. Because that one toe was able to lodge in those little grooves and hold on for dear life. That one toe helped her in that one. This one, I don't know if the toe helped, but
I don't know. If she wins, I need a montage of her throughout the season and in that toe just being her superpower every single time she succeeded in a challenge. And the toe is the real winner of Survivor 45.
I'm sure somebody will fan cam the toe. I'm
pretty sure someone already has. Like, I'm very confident in that fact. And if not, there are some wikis out there that absolutely have that information already stored.
Mm-hmm. And Quentin Tarantino is doing a biopic on her toe.
No, not the biopic. Period. Okay, work. Work. I can't. But Julie falls like 2 minutes in. And then Couture and Jake not too far after. Drew was hanging in for a minute, then he fell off. And it came down to Austin and Dee and lovers looking at each other, talking much trash throughout this entire time. Like Dee is like, how you doing over there? And he's like, I'm good. Okay, you look shaky. Oh, I'm not shaky at all. You look shaky. Oh, I'm good. And Jeff was like, look at them talking trash, and they do it. And Dee is like, she's solid. She is solid. She ain't moved. That ball rarely moved. Austin had a couple of wobbles, but he would save it. And so she's like, you looking shaky over there. And she's like, no, I'm good. I just got bored. That's all. But I'm good now. I was just like, they're so cute.
They are adorable.
So cute. I'm like, y'all adorable. See, they're not like, and I think here it is. I figured it out. Franny and Matt, they were cute, but like in a sappy kind of cute, like, oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. Oh, and I was like, I don't want to see that. they're cute because they're like they have their moments, but then they have that competitive edge to them. Like, oh, I'm trying to beat you though. Oh, you're not beating me. Oh, I'm gonna beat you. Don't worry about it. Oh, I'm gonna get you.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm gonna get you next time. It was so. It's just. It's cute to me, but
Yeah. And I think the difference for me also is that I really feel like they both like each other. And I know Franny and Matt both like each other, but on the show, it seemed pretty one-sided. Like Franny was
yes,
always nice. She was
yes,
so nice to him, but he was like, oh my gosh,
smitten,
she's
smitten.
amazing. Like he almost was kind of creepy with how like obsessed he like the game was not a factor. Franny was what he was playing.
Mm-hmm.
He won. He won his game.
He
So.
won his game, so it is what it. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's not as it's not one sided looking. Like, and I don't think Franny. I think Franny did like him,
Yeah.
but I think this
She kept her cards closer to her chest in
exactly.
confessionals.
Exactly. Where Dee and Austin both in confessionals are like, I like him. I do. I like her. I do. It is. But it comes down to those two, and triumphantly, Dee and her super toe pulls it out.
My feet are clapping too.
Not your feet.
Oh my god.
I can't. But Dee wins her second immunity of the season. She is the first person to win 2 immunity. Well, no, Bruce won 2. But anyway, never mind. I'll take that back.
First woman.
But first woman to win 2 immunities in this game, period. And so, okay, y'all, I am not gonna lie. I thought, when did Drew's advantage end?
I think it was either Final 7 or Final 6.
It had to be 7, because wouldn't he have used it this round?
Not if you felt safe.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess if it was the last time.
If it was the last time, I'm gonna use it.
I honestly think it was Final 7 because they didn't bring it up at all.
Right.
They didn't bring it up at all.
It.
So I was like, he had the advantage, because I was like, okay, so this is what's gonna happen. He go walk
10?
off. Was it top 10?
I don't know. I felt like it was earlier, but I could be wrong for sure.
I have no idea. Because I thought he still had it, and I was like, he's going to walk off. Austin's going to use his thing on him, and Dee has the idol, so she's safe. Got the necklace, so she's safe, and then the votes will fall on Julie or fall
Jake
on.
would probably play his
Jake
idol.
Would probably
all
play
of that
his idol, and he'll be safe. So it's between Couture and Julie, and Drew, not Drew, Austin, Dee, Couture, Jake, and Julie have the votes. Huh. Interesting. So I was like, is that gonna happen? Is this gonna be crazy? But then he didn't move, and I was like, oh, he might not have it. Do he not have it anymore? Whatever. I don't know what happened, but that's what I thought was gonna happen. But we get back to camp. Dee wins, and the talk is on. The scramble is on. Jake is like, I have a plan, and I need to get Couture on board with this plan. It's the same plan I had when I was trying to keep Caleb safe. And I know y'all like, why would you trust Couture when she went against you last time? And he was like, but this time we're on the same page about things. We know who we need to get out. So Jake wants Drew. Jake is like, I'm going for Drew. Couture already wanted Drew. Couture was already ready for Drew to go. And so she was like, okay, that's great. I can definitely vote for Drew. She said, maybe we should tell Dee. He was like, no, don't tell Dee, because Dee will tell Drew. They're that close. You can tell Drew. Couture already knew that Dee kind of wanted Drew out. So Couture was like, yeah, okay, I won't tell her. And then we go right to Couture talking to Dee. So 1, 2, 3, Drew. And they have their little girly squeal moment. And I was like, that was cute. They're like, we're getting out Drew today, but we got to make him feel real comfortable. We got to make him feel comfortable because. And so in Dee's mind, she knows she has to make him feel comfortable, and she has to make Austin feel comfortable, because Austin also has the immunity amulet that he could use on Drew if he sees fit. And Drew is very comfortable in knowing that if Austin caught wind of anything against him, he would use his idol on Drew. And so D is at a crossroads right now. Do you tell your boyfriend who told you last week about Julie being the target? Do you turn around and return the favor and tell him that Drew is the target? Or do you just not? Because Drew is also your target. That is the conundrum Miss D is in right now. She's like, do I tell him? Do I not? He did tell me. I feel like if I don't tell him, I will be betraying his trust in me. And I don't know. This is what I was worried about. This is the one thing that I was concerned about when I came out here, that my heart and my morals would get in the way of winning $1 million. But I have to remember what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for the people I love. I'm doing this for myself. And I can't make $1 million mistake, but I just feel bad if I don't tell him. So do I tell him or do I not? And I was like, look at you, Survivor. Because y'all playing with us. They were sitting on the beach, Austin and D, and he's like, it's the plan is still the plan, right? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, do I tell him? And then we just cut like to them leaving for tribal council. And I'm like, did she tell him? Hello. And I'm like, and they were like, and you'll find out at tribal council if she tells him or not. And I'm like, you guys are mean Survivor producers and editors, because I wanted to know if she told him. So
you gotta have some suspense here, because it was starting to look a little too cut and dry, you know.
Very much so. So we get to tribal council, because that's what we see. We see D going through her conundrum, and then they're leaving and they're heading to tribal council. Everybody in the jury looks so cute, by the way. Everybody looks so fresh and full, and their faces glowing, and they look so happy to be there, don't they? Except Miss Emily flipping, because Emily had this look on her face the entire time, like, and I was like, oh, Emily, it's okay, girl. You can smile a little bit. She was like,
she's like, I can stop pretending to be happy and social all the time.
I don't like any of these people, Jeff. I don't even like you, Jeff. I'm just gonna be honest. I think that's
you got this close. Still a little bit more work.
Yeah, still more work to do for me, because I really want to go home. I honestly don't care to be in this jury. That's the face she was giving me. She was just like, I was like, oh, Emily. But they get to tribal and everybody's just like, conversations, plans are happening, plans are going around, and everybody's plans is going, and somebody's plan isn't going to work, and everybody knows who's going home except the person who's going home. And I was like, oh, okay, D. It was, I don't know, the conversations was kind of like Drew giving analogies of, I don't even remember what his analogy was, but everybody was like, it's so spot on. I was like, what did he say? Oh. Yeah, I kind of tuned Drew out. I ain't gonna lie. I tuned Drew out when he started talking, because he feels like he talks like he's just so smart and I'm just like, okay. I just roll my eyes at him, because I don't know what his analogy was. Jack, do you know?
I don't remember, but I do remember him saying basically, yeah, no, I have my end game. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm going to make it to the end. Like, the full implication of, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm going to make it to the end. Which, I mean, how do you just say that out loud at Final 6 when last vote someone idled and was a sole vote? How are you this confident? What did you do? And it falls apart. It falls apart real quick.
It falls apart so fast that the vote happens, Austin uses his idol, and I'm like, is he about to use his idol on Drew? God dog it, D told him. Dang it, D told him. And he uses it on himself. And I was like, oh, D didn't tell him. Oh, D didn't tell him. D didn't tell him. And I was getting giddy because I'm like, oh, it's about to work. Oh, he's about to go. I'm so excited because I really wanted him to go. And he went. Drew
He's
was
gone.
out. He's gone. The vote was 4-2. Drew gone. And Austin was stunned. He was like, wow. Wow. He looked over at D and was like, wow. I'm like, oop, girl.
Wow.
Wow.
Somebody's head is in the game more than yours is, Austin.
I was like, you got some explaining to do, but then she's like, I actually don't because I'm playing the game and your boy was going after my girl and I couldn't.
And Drew looked pissed. It's been a while since I've seen somebody just look so mad after getting voted out.
He said nothing to nobody. And the funniest part of this whole thing, when he was getting his torch snuffed, Julie, bye, Drew. I was like, the savagery. Oh, I love it, Julie. She was like, bye, Drew. No, bye.
She said, get out. She was like, there's the door, bitch.
Second time we heard that today.
Yep.
But yeah, like it's so funny. I was like, she should have been like, you said her name, you tried to get her out last week, and guess what? She's not out, and now she got you out. Her bottom line, period. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. I know what I'm doing. I got my plan to the final three, and I will get there. You can get there watching it. You can watch it on the sidelines in the jury. And I'm not mad that you're gone. Not even mad that you're gone.
But I kind of hope she follows him.
Oh, you hope Julie follows him?
I do.
Oh.
I do. Because I like the final five, but Couture is my heart pick. I think Dee's playing the best game. I adore Austin. And Jake, he's such an underdog. So that just leaves Julie, she's great. I've just never quite connected with her like I have the other four. So personally, I kind of hope she goes next. But we do have the finale, so.
We do. Jack, who do you want to see go next?
For me, at least, the hard part is I'm trying to figure out who realistically can win this season. And I think the hardest sell for me personally right now is, as much as it sucks to say, Katura. Compared to everyone else, she hasn't had that really big moment. And what she's been most remembered for on the season is fighting with Bruce, or kind of having like a one-sided argument with Bruce is everything. But for me at least, I'm struggling to think of what specific move she made, while everyone else at least has something they could put to their name. So I don't want her to get dragged to the end and like be a 0-vote finalist, because that's never
get
fun.
that 85K. Get it.
Get it to 85K though. I'll take that.
And then Sia give her some money, because I'm sure Sia's going to give her. She's going to be one of the picks to get Sia's money.
Yeah, but I mean, of everyone, I think she's probably the most likely, in my opinion, to get the next boot, just because it's easy.
I kind of disagree with you on that. I think she's not going to get the next boot because of her not being the person to make the moves. People are trying now to get out people who made moves, who know they can't sit next to because of their story. That's why I think Dee is in danger. That's why I think Austin is in danger. The one thing, Jake is not in danger because nobody knows he has that idol. And as long as nobody knows he has the idol, I think they're not going to Julie now in danger because she used that idol and saved herself. So I don't think the Reba 3 is as safe as they want it to be. Especially if they, unless whoever one of them wins the immunity necklace. But I think D is in trouble if she does not win.
Yeah. Although I could see a world where she takes out Austin,
I could
and
see it
if
too.
she does, give her that check. Give it to her.
If she takes out her boo thing, I am like that stand card that I have Emily sitting in my pocket. I will pull it out for her and give it to her. I promise I will do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Next week is the finale. We are here. We are at this moment. Survivor is almost done, and I'm shocked. It's been such a good season. I have absolutely enjoyed the season very much. And but we're gonna be back here for the finale. So since this is the episode before the finale, this is the one question we have to ask, and I need one answer only. Who is your winner pick?
I just made a bet with one of my coworkers, but I'm going to change from who I bet. And I'm going to say it's D.
Mm,
I am also feeling the exact same way. I think it is D.
we're 3 for 3 because I think it's D as well. I think D is winning this game, and I wouldn't be mad at it. Although I want to see D, Austin, and Couture in the end because that would look really good on my draft. That my final two, my whole team made it to the end. That'll be really good on my draft. So,
Well, do we have an upset winner? Because I have that too.
Julie.
Okay. For me, I could see a world where Jake pulls an upset.
I could see that too, actually. Do you see have an upset?
If I had to take an upset, I think it might be Julie.
Okay.
I just feel like with the move that she's made, she can possibly walk out and get into a really good position.
Hmm, we shall see. Well, we are going to be back here next week with same time, probably a different panel, but we're talking all things Survivor finale. And it's going to be good. I just feel it in my bones. It's going to be a good one. Um, but thank you so much for watching. We appreciate all the things that you've done for us. We are grateful to have you watch. Um, you could, y'all know what? I did not ever do that I should have done a long time ago.
Oh, draft.
No, I don't have the draft update. That's one thing I do not have. But the whole time I have not put up the sticker banner at all.
Oh,
The whole time, not there. But you know what? There it is. You can follow us on all of our social media outlets at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok because we have some funny moments, and we are going to put them all up on our social medias. And we're ramping up our social media started next year, so be on the lookout for that. You can also follow Jack, David, and myself on Twitter. There they all are. Follow Jack on Twitch when Jack streams because Jack's lovely. Jack has a great time on this Twitch stream, so follow him on Twitch. And you can follow me and David on Instagram. There they are right there. And that's also my TikTok down there, same as my Twitter. So if you want to follow me there, you can do that too. Um, yeah, that's it. We're out of here. Thanks for watching. Oh, get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Period. And yeah, on that note, cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers and cheers. Bye.
Bye.
my
Ole.